And it was not just a short period of time. It was, a couple of hours that this was just battered continuously by these strong wind gusts.
There you can see into Tropicana Field, and it looks like there is still considerable chunks of rooftop, that fabric that has fallen down into the seats where fans are usually rooting on the Rays. I'm not seeing, it's hard to see from this vantage point if there's any crews in there working just yet. I don't believe that they've begun the cleanup process. It will take a long time. It is the baseball off season for the Rays. October baseball, we're in, of course, the playoffs now. The Rays did not make it to the playoffs this year. So the stadium is inactive. It was an area that was used for first responders. It was a hub.
It was going to be a hub.
Oh, it never was used as a hub, right?
There was nobody in the Trop at the time. There was some security guards in there, but I think it was going to be used for the first responders.
And that's where I was confused with some of the messaging, because I didn't know if it was going to be, right.
From my understanding, it was, as the cleanup was ongoing, this is where they were going to have a home to kind of set up.
Right. And there you can see a zoomed in.
But you can see
shot.
all the cots that were lined up. That's what's on the field.
Right.
Aside from the, the sheets that are down there.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, there's a good shot of the cots. Wow.
There's the foul pole down the third baseline. My goodness.
Definitely a mess, but, as you stated, JB, it's not baseball season. It's off season for the Rays now, so maybe not a priority to get this cleaned up as much as, elsewhere that needs cleaned up.
Yeah.
Downtown.
And the off season just began, so they'll have October, November, December, January, February, and into March. So basically 6 months to get the Trop repaired. I don't even... it's difficult to say. First, there's a lengthy cleanup process that will have to take place. They'll have to take down the remaining pieces of lingering rooftop. And then, of course, they'll have to begin actually replacing those panels. It's going to be a lengthy period of time. But hopefully the Trop is ready to go in time for... the aftermath of spring training when the regular season begins in the end of March, early April. And there's damage that you can see, but you also just don't know how much infrastructure damage there is in here too. Cat walks up there, how safe are they? There's so much electronics, wiring and cabling, lighting that has been damaged.
No doubt they'll get structural engineers in there testing everything to see, what needs repaired.
And there again are those cots where they were going to be sleeping.
Wow.
But again, no one was in there at the time. Just want to reiterate that. Some security guards, things like that, but the cots were not being occupied.
All right, I'm being told we're updating Eagle. Stand by.
Roy, I think we're moving to a distribution site.
Right. Eagle, we'll follow you.
Hold on, let me find the address.
I have it for you, Jim, if you want.
Off to our east.
right around Orlando and Leesburg, and they don't seem to, over the last several hours, be getting any closer. We could see a sprinkle in Polk County today, but that's it for rain, which is good news. We don't need any of it for a long while. So it looks nice and quiet here in Bradenton. We are seeing 86 degrees for your temperature. Dew point, this is the key thing. We finally got that to drop. Behind the hurricane, we got the north winds, and the dew point came down to 66. Brought the cold front through. That front was coming anyway, so that kind of scooted through, and at least we're still behind it. And we're still seeing a wind that's coming in out of the north-northeast, so that allows that humidity to stay low enough for us. And it's not going to increase much over the next several days before it drops again. So that's some good news. At least we're not going to get terribly humid. But we are up to 84 today because we have more sun than we did yesterday. 86 in St. Petersburg, 86 Lakewood Ranch and Bartow, 83 in Haines City, and 84 in Brooksville, and still a lot of missing data points here, of course, because of the storm. But getting better. We're starting to see more data. But this is what I like. This forecast is nice because our dew points are going to bounce around a little up and down. Maybe on Tuesday up a little bit before. Much better with that weather. So this evening, about down to 78 at 7 o'clock now. Our 10% chance for rain is really less than 10%, but a sprinkle in Polk County. Dry in the morning. By afternoon, a very slim chance for a sprinkle on Sunday. Otherwise, mostly sunny, and temperatures getting well into those 80s. We'll check out our 7-day and tropical update in the next 10 minutes. Now here's Clystron 9.